Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Friday. So today for our video, I'm going to be making a card using a new stamp set that I just got from Online Exclusives, and it's called Kiss of Texture. This stamp set is a red rubber set. I love it. It's 6 stamps, and an old technique that we have done in the past is kissing. And I think that's kind of what this is designed for, but look at this flower. I love this flower. So that's the actual image that I'm going to make our card with today. So I am going to less chat and more stamping. Okay, so let's put the camera down and get started. Okay, so today I'm going to be using some pale colors. I'm going to be using Lemon Lolly. I'm going to be using Soft Sea Foam, and I'm going to be using Designer Series paper that has lots of bright colors in it, Floral Delight, but I'm going to be using the Lemon Lolly side. So this side was a little bold for my card, but I love this side, the Lemon Lolly. So we're going to be using that on our card today. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and stamp the image in Memento Black. And then I'm going to do very little coloring because I'm going to stamp this on Lemon Lolly cardstock. And I don't know why I don't do this more often. It actually is a cool technique that you really don't need a whole lot of coloring because of that. I got a smudge on there, but we're not going to be using that part. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my blend markers, and I am going to do just a little bit of coloring. I'm going to add a little bit of darker Lemon Lolly to parts of the flower, but it's very little. Just going to do a little highlighting around in areas. So not a lot of color added. I am going to color in the leaves, and even though this is already colored Lemon Lolly cardstock, I'm going to add some dark Soft Sea Foam to the leaves. So you can zoom in with if you're watching this and you're thinking you can't really see as much what I'm doing, you can zoom in with your phone if you're watching it on your phone or your iPad. So let's color in these leaves real quick. Make this just you do want to use your Memento ink because you're using your blend markers. So you want to stick with your alcohol markers, or your alcohol markers with your Memento pad. I'm going to use the Light Azure Afternoon to color in the berries. Just add a little bit more color. So you could actually, it covers well over the Lemon Lolly. Now, if I was using a real dark cardstock like red or something like that, this wouldn't, cover that well. Okay, now there are no dies for Kiss of Texture, so you do need to fussy cut. I love fussy cutting. So I'm going to, just like that. So that is fussy cut for you. Now I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back. I'm just going to add 4 dimensionals to the back. Get this ready for my card. And now I am going to take my card base. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. This is Soft Sea Foam cardstock. I did score it at 4 1/4. And now I'm going to cut off 1 inch. So I'm just going to cut off 1 inch. Okay, so now I have a card base that has a little piece here, right here, that's missing. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to do I'm going to make this a birthday card. So I chose this tiny little happy birthday from Beautiful Butterflies. Beautiful Butterflies is a stamp set that it's actually, I think it's in the annual catalog, but it was offered as a celebration item January and February. So if you were fortunate enough to get this, if you had a $60 purchase, you could pick this Beautiful Butterfly set as your free item. And so I'm going to use the little happy birthday on this small piece of cardstock. So this is 2.5 by 2.5 white cardstock. Just stamp the happy birthday at the top. That's all the stamping I'm going to do. So I'm going to close my pad. I am going to go ahead and adhere my flower to the top, to the front of this. I'm going to add this right here. Okay, now I have a piece, so this is 2.5 by 2.5. I have a piece of lemon lolly, and this is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So it's going to layer nicely together. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and work on my card bakes a little bit more. First thing I want to do is add my, this is 3 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to add this to the front of my card. 3 by 5 1/4 is going to fit perfectly on here because you cut 1 inch off. Okay, and then I have a 1 inch by 4 inch strip of lemon lolly. I'm going to fold that in half. Take your bone folder and make a nice crisp fold. And I'm going to adhere this to the inside of my card. And I'm going to move it, I'm going to try to just eyeball it kind of in the center. And I'm going to move it at about 1/4 inch from the edge. Now I have my white piece for the center of my card. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and put that inside my card. So now it has a really finished look. But we need to add this to the front. And before I glue these together, I want to put this on, and I'm going to hide this piece. Okay, so I'm going to put some adhesive on part of this. I don't want it all the way over to the edge because it is going to hang over, and you don't want to seal your card shut. So we're going to just add this about right here. Okay, and then the glue is, there's no glue on this side. Then we're going to adhere this strip down. And then we're going to add this to the top. So again, it's going to look very finished because that flap, oh, Trevis, I did this wrong. This wasn't supposed to be glued down. Well, when you do that, how can you fix this? Well, let me show you how you can fix it. If you have a embossing buddy, you just take your embossing buddy and you put it on the adhesive. Takes all the glue away. The other thing you could do is, if you mess up like that, you could cut another piece and you could add it inside. But actually, I like it like that because it kind of holds it down a little bit. Okay, that was not the way the card was supposed to go. But anyway, all right, so now I am going to add a little Wink of Stella, just a little bit to the flower. I'm not going to add it to the leaves. I'm just going to add it to the yellow flower. I want to give that a good shake before you use it because there's glitter in there and you want to actually stir that glitter up before you use it. And here's a little trick. If you're low on your Wink of Stella and you're like, oh, I think I'm out of Wink of Stella, you can actually add a little bit of alcohol by taking this apart. Okay, and add a little bit of alcohol in there, and you can get a little more out of this than when you thought it was empty. Okay, it doesn't continue to work that well if you obviously are really low, but all right. Now I'm going to add one little embellishment, and I'm going to add a little bee. I think my adhesive's a little low, but we'll see. Just going to add a little bit of glue right there. And I add this one of these little tiny gold bees. These are so cute. They're called tiny bee trinkets. And you actually get 40 of these in a pack. And I love them. You don't need to use a lot of them. You just need to use a few. Okay? So there's our finished card. Now, if you have extra designer series paper and you want to make an envelope, I did make an envelope, and all I did was adhere the designer series paper to the flap and trim it out. So now this has a matching envelope. So this is a birthday card that opens like that. Don't put the adhesive on here. Just saying. Okay. okay? Thank you for watching today. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. My name's Trevis Bossler, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.